SA will no longer be a part of the Mayfest committee. We have that and more happenings from last night's meeting in our report tonight. President Boris Gressley will have the latest updates from the organization in our weekly campus address. Also, there are still seats open for the assembly for students to join. Our guest, Paulina Colon, will explain more. But first, an update on the bitter cold in SU and bid day for SU sororities. I'm Max Darrow, and welcome to SA Today. We begin our headlines with a look at today's forecast. It is evident that winter is here to stay in central New York for quite some time. The National Weather Service has issued a wind chill advisory for most of central New York, with temperatures around 0 degrees and wind chills expected to be anywhere between -10 and 20 degrees. These chilling temperatures can cause frostbite and hypothermia, so make sure to bundle up whenever going outside. Yesterday marked one of the biggest days of the year for the SU Greek community, Sorority Bid Day. After a 2-week recruitment process, hundreds of girls received their bids and rushed from the Shine Student Center to their new sorority homes on Walnut and Comstock Avenues at around 7 p.m. As a precautionary measure, University Place was blocked off and bus routes were redirected through Waverly Avenue. Fraternity Rush for SU Greeks starts in just over 2 weeks. Every day at SU, visual and performing arts and design students make the trek to the Nancy Cantor Warehouse in downtown Syracuse. Today, all classes, offices, studios, and galleries in the building are closed due to work on an exterior gas line. National Grid is currently addressing the issue, and the building is expected to reopen on Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. And with February just around the corner, the Community Folk Arts Center and WAER are teaming up with SU's Office of Multicultural Affairs to host a Black History Month kickoff event on Friday, January 31st at 7 p.m. The event is free and open to the public and already has a live performance lined up from Che Z, an R&B duo based out of Atlanta. The show will be held as part of the concert series JMAD, A Journey Through Music of the African Diaspora. And now here's Student Association President Boris Gressley with this week's updates from the organization. Boris, good evening.
Good evening, Syracuse University. My name is Boris Gressley, and I'm your Student Association President for the 58th session. And this week, as President, I've done a couple of things, beginning with having a meeting with Dean Rebecca Reed-Kantowitz, the Dean of Student Affairs. She talked to me about the DPS committee that they're planning on creating for a uniform policy being implemented here in Syracuse University, and that would actually be tackled by our Vice President, Daniel Lopez. Another thing that we did this week as an association, we've met with the Mayfest committee, and we talked a little bit about what SA will be doing moving forward with Mayfest. And so we will not be sponsoring Mayfest this upcoming semester, but what we will be doing is making sure that Mayfest continues on and that we are supervising and sort of overseeing all the process that Mayfest is doing. Another great thing that we did was talk to the GSO president, Patrick Neary. He gave us some feedback in terms of the buses, the Wegman and Target buses, and he would actually like to collaborate for the following semesters. So these are just some quick things that have happened this couple of weeks in office, and I'm very excited, and hope to give you more information next week.
Thanks, Boris. And coming up next, we'll have a full recap of last night's SA meeting. The Assembly voted whether to keep the home colleges committees or not. Find out the result when we come back.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to like, you know, do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
With the semester underway, the 58th session is hard at work. The members discussed a variety of topics over the course of the evening, but there were two that seemed to take up the bulk of the discussion. President Gressley explained that DPS will be changing their uniforms in the near future in order to better identify officers. This policy change comes after the brawl outside of Shine last year. The initiative will cost nearly $19,000, but the funds will come from DPS's operating budget and will not affect student programming. The president suggested that SA should create some kind of orientation method in order to educate students about the uniform change.
Enforcement Community Action. It's a big title. And so what they want to do here is really talk about whether this policy would have good consequences, bad consequences, unintended consequences. And so I challenged I challenged the administration a bit in asking them whether this policy would be good or not, whether this policy would be beneficial or not. Approximately, they're looking at spending $19,000. One of my questions was, is this $19 coming out of student affairs, which means that it affects us personally? And no, it's coming out of their operating budget, DPS operating budget, which gets money from another entity within the university.
The Assembly also voted whether or not to get rid of home college committees. The people who sit on the committees act as representatives from their respective colleges, and the Assembly discussed if they were necessary and effective.
So the question that is now before you all, and we will vote tonight, ADOP has asked us to vote on whether or not to remove home college committees from the next revision of the bylaws. They will no longer be a part of our rules.
And after a very long debate, they decided to keep the committees. Also, former Vice President Dwayne Ford was at the meeting to propose a few bills, mostly about elections and campaign reform. And coming up, Paulina Colon will be here to explain the Assembly seats that are currently open in SA. Stay tuned.
1 in 5 Americans is living with a disability. Over 50 million people, including many of our friends and neighbors, teachers and co-workers, heroes and leaders. 20 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act guaranteed every person the right to live, work, and participate fully in the American experience. We've come a long way since then, and we are committed to making even more progress in the years ahead. Visit disability.gov to see how you can help.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Hey. My dad's one of the producers here. Bring this week.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
And welcome back. SA is on the lookout for new representatives for the recently opened 58th session. Joining us now to talk about the open seats that are available in SA is Paulina Colon, the member of the Board of Elections and Membership. Paulina, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, ESF currently has one representative that's graduating in December. How does SA plan on filling those seats?
Well, this week I met with Jin, which is the representative for ESF, and next week I'm meeting with Laura Crandall, which is the advisor for USA, the ESF student government, and we're basically going to discuss more ways to attract students from ESF.
Cool. So how does a lack of representation affect what SA does?
Well, for example, we have PPA, which is a really big school divided among drama, music, and the warehouse, and I'm not there, and most of the people in assembly are not. So we need people that, for example, are in the warehouse, are in the Center School of Music, and know what's going on so they can work on initiatives. And if we don't have those people, we don't know what's going on, so we don't function as well.
Okay. And how does a student become an SA assembly rep?
Well, a student can come to the office in Shine 126B and just pick up a petition.
Okay. And which seats are open for the assembly right now?
There's 6 in ESF, 4 in Falk, 2 in the high school, 3 in BPA, 1 in Newhouse, 1 in the L.C. Smith College, and 1 in University College, which is the part-time college of SU.
And I got one more for you. How many students can be assembly members for SA?
For every 300 students, there's 1 representative, and then another representative just for the school.
And how do you think the meeting went last night?
It was good. We accomplished a lot. We discussed a really important subject, the home college committees. It was very interesting to see that we were working towards still having them and making them work.
And your role in SA, can you just elaborate a little more about that?
Well, I'm a representative for the College of Arts and Sciences, but I'm also in BEM, which is the Board of Elections and Membership. I assure that everyone's on track, knowing what they have to do, and also I handle elections, but elections are not until next spring. So,
how long have you been involved with SA?
Just 1 semester, but I really enjoy working for the students of Syracuse University, so I feel like it's been a really long time.
And do you think that the 58th session has a good game plan for this next semester?
Yes, we've already accomplished a lot, and last Sunday, being in the office, really good vibes from the chairs, and just I really liked. We were getting a lot done. Those meetings.
Well, thank you so much, Paulina, and thank you for being with us tonight. And that's going to be all for this edition of SA Today. A reminder that SA meetings are held Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. in Maxwell Auditorium, and you can check us out at citrustv.net. Follow us on Twitter at SA_today. I'm Max Darrow, and we'll see you next week. Have a great night, Syracuse.